हेलो।
Yeah, hi Sanket, how are you? Santosh is there, right? Santosh, hi, how are you?
Yes, sir. Morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Actually, there was some network utha. I was just getting it done. My Wi-Fi was not working well,
All right,
so
sir.
so I was just sorting it out. I had called na, so Wi-Fi was one of the Airtel Extreme Wi-Fi wala person had come to home to check the connection and all. He was checking, so I had to stand by him. Acha, tell me something about yourself, Santosh.
Yes, sir. Myself, Santosh Khose. I am from Ahmednagar. Sir, I have completed my engineering in civil. In 2018, I have passed out. After that, I have studied for UPSC for about 2 years. I am in Delhi. And after that, due to Corona, I have come in hometown. And till then, now I am preparing. And by my friend's suggestion, I have joined Emarticus and looking for further.
Okay. Tell me, what do you understand by forwards and futures? Give me three differences of forwards and futures.
Forwards, sir, forwards and futures are the underlying assets, are based on underlying assets, sir. Suppose our Nifty market is conducting on something 1000. If we are supposing to that market is supposed to go on 1100, that is, sir, we are looking for forwards.
Give me proper understanding of it. What do you understand by? Give me three differences of forwards and futures. Three differences between forwards and futures. Have you understood my question, Santosh?
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
are
yes,
three
sir.
differences between forwards and futures?
Yes, sir. Suppose that, sir, we are expecting that market is for in future. What we are expecting that the market will go. From that, we are taking that particular calls. We can say it as a, sir, future. Okay, sir.
Have you read well? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Have you read everything well?
Yes, sir. Actually, from level 1, not completely.
Tell me the difference between mutual fund and hedge fund.
There is simple difference, sir. In mutual funds, all the funds are collected from local publics, and in hedge fund, we can say that funds are collected from accredited investors. And in hedge funds, sir, there are limited liability partnership, we can say. That is limited investors are there in hedge funds, and not supposed in mutual funds.
Tell me three differences between capital market and money market.
Simply, sir, capital market is a long-term market, very first, and money market, it is a very short term, for very short life. for very short time if we need money. In money market, we can say that liquidity is less as compared to money market.
Have you given me three differences? Do you understand what my questions are? I'm saying give me three differences. You're giving me one difference.
Okay, sir. I think one remaining. Capital market. I'm getting only two, sir. Sorry, sir.
Tell me what is interest rate swap in detail with example. Tell me what is interest rate swap.
Simply, interest rate swap, sir. If there are two counterparties, we can say, and they had exchanged some loans between them, then we can say, sir, they had swapped their interest rate. Then what does that they actually had done? Sir, we can say that if someone was taking making an interest at 2% and other is making at something 6%. If first person is assuming that no, that interest rate is going to be rise, that is up to 6%, now by checking the markets, as there is their agreement between them, that is that there is a swap between them, they can counteract their swaps between them. That is that their losses can't be that can't go higher as they have swapped between them. And sir, if we go for example, I think, sir, last month in India and Sri Lanka had make some swap agreement between them. I don't remember that amount or something, but due to crisis, they had made something, some swap agreement between them.
Okay. Tell me what is the benefit of custodian bank?
Custodian banks. Custodian banks, sir, it simply helps to regulate whatever the transactions are making in markets. Sir, I don't recall all that. Sorry, sir.
If for all the questions you are going to say, I don't recall, I don't know, then why are you doing this course? Is there any particular reason you are doing this course, or is it just for fun? Tell me.
No, sir. I can say that for fun, sir.
Huh?
Actually, sir, genuinely telling, actually last week there was my exams, so I couldn't concentrate on this particular syllabus. Sorry for that, sir, but I promise I will do it best.
Okay, so then okay, ठीक है यार संतोष. If all the questions you do not know, how do I give you marks? I don't know. Like it is very difficult for me to give you marks, right?
No, sir, I will definitely. I am promising you, sir, but
promises doesn't have any value, right? Result has value in professional work. You get to result. Chalega, okay, thank you for your time. I will check for that. Okay? Santosh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can leave the session. Shreya, you can please on your camera and we can start the interview.
Yes, sir. Just a second, sir. Mm, yeah. Um, Good morning, sir.
Hey Shreya, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Good to see you. Tell me something about yourself, Shreya.
So I am Shah Kutwotia. I am basically from Chhattisgarh and I'm staying in Pune. I've been married in Pune and I've done my graduation in MBA Finance and I started my own startup during pandemic. Like it was a e-commerce platform that I always wanted to start. So I started during pandemic. The startup was an online subscription lingerie. We had a retail option as well. So later I did my as I realized I did my MBA in finance and I further wanted to like continue my education in finance only. So I enrolled with the investment banking course with Emarticus. So today I am
Nice, nice. Okay, so today as a part of that, you are taking this interview. Huh?
yes.
Nice. So business experience is always good for investment banking.
Yeah, that's good always.
Yeah. So tell me, what is the difference between money market and capital market? Give me three differences between money market and capital market.
The basic difference between capital market and money market is capital market is to raise fund for long term and money market is used to raise money for the short term and capital market is where equities are issued and in money market the company issues debts and money market instruments like treasury bills and cash deposits and commercial papers. It's like if a company wants to fulfill its like short term requirements like to pay the uh, employees of the company and they are short in funds, they can raise money through money market.
Give me three differences between uh, futures and forwards.
Futures and forward. First of all, future is traded on exchange, whereas forward is traded on OTC market. Futures are more liquid and forwards are illiquid as it is a bilateral transaction and futures are standardized uh, share instrument, whereas forward contracts can be customized as per the requirements of the investor.
Tell me, what is interest rate swap?
Interest rate swap. Yes. Interest rate swap is basically an agreement between two parties where a party one agrees to, sorry.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. Interest rate swap is a agreement between two parties where one party agrees to take the interest rate pay just a second, where one party agrees to pay the pay the interest of a pay the interest in a floating rate, and the other parties uh, like uh, agrees to pay the fixed interest rate.
Can you repeat once again, because you stopped a lot in between? I couldn't connect what you said. Just can you repeat once again?
Yes, sir, sure. Interest rate swap. Swap basically swap agreement is a type of agreement where two parties come together to uh, uh, help each other. It's basically like if I'm predicting that the market will go up today, for example, in interest rate swap, if I'm predicting that my portfolio or that the interest rate of the particular security is going to go down, and I think that I can by paying a fixed interest rate, I'll be doing more profit. So I'll be coming into contact with a investor who thinks the interest rate will be going up in the opposite direction. So I'll be basically playing the fixed interest rate, and the other party will be paying the floating interest rate.
Nice. Tell me three differences between mutual fund and hedge fund.
Mutual funds and hedge funds. Okay. Mutual funds are a pool of money that is issued for public and are traded on a daily basis, whereas hedge funds are is same as mutual funds but are issued only for a private investors. Mutual funds provide uh, less amount of risk or minimum risk, whereas hedge funds are higher risk. And the main objective of both the funds is to gain profits, but hedge funds are mostly used to mitigate the risk of security.
All right. Tell me, what are benefits of having a custodian bank? What benefit custodian bank offers to its customers?
The custodians basically helps a customer to manage its assets and securities.
I am expecting more benefits. There are 10 to 12 functions that custodian bank provide to its client. Only just one would not make any. You need to give me at least 5.
Okay. Custodian banks helps the investor to manage the assets of the investor. It helps in. So I think I'll get back to you on that later.
Okay, not an issue. Tell me, what is more important for an investment bank? Front office, mid office, or back office?
So I think all the three phases or all the three offices is really important, because even if one of the offices is missing or is not working efficiently, there will be a lot of problems. So all the three offices are equally important.
All right. Tell me, what are the various steps are there in trade life cycle? One by one.
Okay. The various steps in trade life cycle is trade. I don't recall it right now. Can I get back to you on that later?
That is very important. You need to. This is something which you need to recall, right? You are going to become a part of trade life cycle if you join investment bank.
Yes, yes.
This is a serious miss on your answers. Tell me, what is security borrowing and lending? Explain me in detail the entire process of security borrowing and lending.
Security borrowing and lending. Okay. Basically, it means borrowing of a security and lending. I don't remember this as well.
Why you don't remember all this?
I just we just did it recently, and I've been going through the recent chapters, and I couldn't finish all the chapters, so I think I couldn't get really good grip on this chapter.
Okay, so by what time do you think you would be able to complete all this course?
For sure, within a day or two, maybe.
So you were waiting me to ask questions and make you realize that now you should start preparing. Is it like that?
No, sir. No, sir. Nothing like that. Actually, I wasn't doing well from past few days, so I just prepared as much as I could.
Okay. How's your business now going? Have you stopped doing the business?
Sir, I started doing it during the pandemic, just like when the pandemic started. So I faced a lot of issue during the pandemic for the sourcing of the stocks. I was sourcing it from the Indian market, but due to pandemic, all the logistics were stopped and the companies were not working. So I started sourcing it through China. Then the freight costs were so high that I was selling it on the e-commerce platform. So order was on a daily basis, not on a daily basis. It was like a one order a day. So if I want to source the product from China, I needed to order in a really large quantities. So that I wasn't able to do because I already had a lot of stocks with me. So that was the issue I was facing. That if I wanted to source from China, then I need to place large amount of orders over there. So when I started placing the small amount of orders, I was getting a lot of freight issues. Like a freight price was there. So even I ordered from there, but what my agenda for the platform was that you get the lingerie at a very low rate and at a subscription model as well. So that low rate which I was like promoting basically because lingeries are really expensive. So I was not able to fulfill that requirement of mine because of the freight charges. Was small.
How do you think you can use derivatives to resolve this problem of your business?
Sorry?
How do you think you can use derivatives to resolve this problem of your business?
Derivative to use. How can I use derivative? Okay.
Is there any way you could have used derivatives to resolve this problem?
Maybe I think.
That is what I want to know. How?
I don't know.
Pune is Pune. How long have you been living in Pune?
I've been in Pune since like 2 years now.
Are there enough financial firms in Pune?
Sorry?
Are there enough financial firms in Pune?
I think so, but even if not there, I'm willing to shift as well. That won't be an issue for me.
Okay. All right, Shreya. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best for your career.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I hope you have a good day.
You too.
Hello, sir.
Hey Shubham, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Good
Tell
morning,
me
sir.
something about yourself, Shubham.
Hello, sir. My name is Shubham Manoj Pawar. I am from Malegaon, Nasik district. I have completed my graduation in engineering, electrical field. Then I have worked as a site supervisor under Vijay Electricals for 1 year. By
Okay.
working to my own contract. Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me what
Yes.
are the three differences between mutual fund and hedge fund?
Uh, in mutual fund, any investor can invest. In hedge fund, ultra high net worth individual are there who invest in a hedge fund. Mutual fund usually sticks with the reliable and fixed dividend giving shares, and hedge fund invest in the risky funds, which is a high risk high profit. And mutual fund provides the profit when market is when market is in when market is bullish, and provides profit either market is bullish or bearish.
Okay. Tell me three differences between futures and forwards.
uh, uh, Forward contract is a customized contract, and future contract is a standard contract. Forward contract is not traded on exchange. It is OTC contract, and a future contract is traded on exchange. Mm, uh, Default risk is available in forward contract. There is no default risk in future contract.
Tell me what is interest rate swap?
In interest rate swap, interest rate are swapped between the two parties. Either one interest rate is a floating interest rate, and another is a fixed income rate. It can be possible between floating, and also with floating and fixed income.
Can you repeat once again? I just had a little collection problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. In interest rate swap, the interest rate of the debt are exchanged between two parties. The interest rates can be floating to floating, or floating with fixed interest rate.
Can you give me some example?
Suppose that there are two persons, A and B, who has taken the loans. A has the floating interest rate, and B has the fixed income rate. B thinks that the fixed income rate is not profitable to him. He should have the floating interest rate. Therefore, and A thinks floating is not comfortable for him. He would get he likes to get a fixed he likes to get a fixed interest rate. Therefore, they can go to the swap banks and swap their interest rate with each other.
Okay. Tell me three differences between capital market and money market.
Capital market. Capital market is a market where capital market is a market where money is traded for long term, and in money market, money or is equivalent traded for the short period of time. In capital market, we can see shares, bonds, etc. And in money market, and in money market, we see the instruments like interbank lending, T-bills, etc.
All right, Shivam, thank you for your time. Wonderful. Please keep it up.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank
You
you,
have
sir.
prepared well. Please keep it up.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Can I go, sir?
Yeah, please go.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Shubham, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm totally fine. Good morning. Hello.
Tell me something about yourself.
Sir, I'm Shubham Tirke. I come from the family of four. My parents works for the state government. My sister works in Bank of America. Currently, I'm working as a home tutor, part-time home tutor, and I have completed my graduation and diploma in mechanical engineering. And after that, I started preparing for the UPSC examination, civil services. And along with the UPSC examination, I have been teaching to CBSE students to bear my own expenses. And I developed interest in the finance. That's why I joined this course.
Okay. Give me 3 differences between mutual fund and hedge fund.
In the mutual fund, mutual fund is a vehicle to mobilize the money from the investor, mobilize the money from the investor, in which the money is mobilized and collected and allocate in the different types of the security to in which the investor and the mutual fund to meet the investment objective. In the hedge fund attempts profit to invest in the different types of assets, including the derivatives, by building the shorts and long positions. Mutual funds are less riskier than the hedge fund. Hedge funds are more riskier. In the mutual funds, asset management company charge you less expense fee, and in the hedge fund, the performance fee is the way greater than the mutual fund. Mutual fund investment is very less, while the hedge fund investment is very high. And
tell me 3 differences.
There is
yeah, that's fine. Tell me 3 differences between futures and forwards.
Yeah, sir. Forward is a customized contract, and the future is a standardized contract. Forward is traded over the counter, and the future is traded over the exchange. So in the forward, two parties, one party agrees to buy and the sell the contract at the specific future date, predetermined time, and the quantity, price. But it is set. It will be contacted over the phone or the email. And in the future contract, one party agrees to sell and one party agrees to buy at a specific price, predetermined date, and quantity on the exchange. It will happen on the exchange.
Okay. Give me 3 differences between capital market and money market.
In the capital market, money is raised for the long term through debt and equity, and in the capital market, money is raised for the short term duration through debt only. And the capital market, investor invests their money for the capital appreciation. In the money market, investor invests to gain the fixed income from the securities like treasury. Examples of the money market can be the treasury bills, commercial paper, certificate of deposit. In the in the money market, treasury bills and certificate of deposits. And in the capital market, equity is the instrument where there are 2 markets in the capital market: primary market and secondary market, where the shares are issued for equity is issued for the first time, and that equity is traded in the secondary market.
Okay. Tell me, what is interest rate swap?
Interest rate swap, where in the two counterparties involves, they exchange the cash flow between them based on the interest rate. One leg can be the floating interest rate, and other leg can be the fixed interest rate. And the example, we can say that suppose there is a one bank, and the one bank has a fixed interest rate, and the bank B has a floating interest rate, that is fluctuating interest rate. So let's say bank A is bank A is having the 8% of interest rate, and the bank B having the fluctuating floating interest rate, that is 8 plus MIBOR 2%. So that is 10%. So they will come into the agreement, they will swap their interest rate, and whatever the difference between the interest rate, that net difference will be settled after the agreement, after the 1 year. So that is the example of the interest rate structure.
Okay. Tell me, what are the benefits of having a custodian bank? What are the different services which are offered by custodian bank to its clients?
Custodian banks. Okay, sir. Depository, difference between depository and custodian, right?
I'm not asking any difference. I'm saying what are the services provided by custodian bank to its customers?
Custodian banks safeguards the security of the customers. Actually, the custodian safeguards the security. Also, they have the bookkeeping. They have the maintain the record of the transactions. They have to report. They have to report the transaction to the client as well. Examples of the custodian, we can say there are several investment banks: Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, JP Morgan. In India,
don't need example. Give me the services, Shubham. What are the services offered by custodian bank?
Yes, sir. Services provide security. Custodian banks safeguards the security.
I understand that. Again and again, do not repeat the same service. There are more than 20 services which are provided by custodian bank. Give me at least 6 services. Don't repeat the same service again and again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Custodian banks have the sir. I do know 3 services. They have the transaction. First, safekeeping. Second is first is safeguarding the securities, and second is the transaction reporting to the client. They have to maintain the record of the transaction. They have record of the transaction. They have to report to the client that they have to send a contract note to the client that its trade is executed on the time or not. So they have to. The 5th service is they have to clearing. They have to come in the contact with the clearing members. So when the clearing members settles the trade, they give they settles the trades with the depository. They give this information to the custodian, and the custodian banks report this to the client as well, and client confirm this by the contract note. Sir.
All right. Thank you, Shubham. Thanks a lot for your time. I really wish you great luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, any feedback? It
was great. I gave you 5 out of 5.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Hi, Siddharth. How are you? Can you please on your camera? Hello, Siddharth. How are you? Siddharth, what is the problem? Tell me. You're not responding to my calls. You switched on the camera first. Still, you are not audible. Can you please unmute the phone?
Sorry, sir. Extremely sorry. Sir,
I
hear your voice, sir.
I'm taking your name so long. You're taking so long to.
So
okay, now you are ready. Now you are settled. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm extremely sorry for it.
Okay. Chalo, no problem. Tell me something about yourself, Siddharth.
So, my name is Siddharth Khamkar, and I was born and brought up in Pune. I'm a professional football coach, as I was the best player of Pune, and I have a business, sir, a part-time business of distributorship of bottles, sir.
So why then? For what purpose are you doing this course?
So I always had this desire to get into an investment bank and work for an investment bank. But for past 4-5 years, I've been getting into this footballing and all this coaching, and I didn't get time. And as responsibilities frustrating, the responsibilities came into my life, I have to take something and I have to pursue this in long term and towards stability, sir.
Okay, tell me what are the three differences between futures and forward?
So basically there are three difference. So basically the future and forwards are for contracts. Contracts where so there are first there is the differences. First is risk, where forwards have forwards take a minimal initial deposit from both the counterparties, while in forwards there are no such initial deposit has been taken. Then one is an exchange traded futures are exchange traded contracts, while forwards are OTC contracts, and there is high risk of default in forward contracts, while future contracts there is less risk, but market risk is always there, so in both the parties.
Give me 3 differences between call option and put option.
So call option is used when if suppose I'm an investor, I have this vision that the market is going to go up. So Bank Nifty is trading at 1600 right now. So if I take a call position that spot price is 1600, and I feel that the market is going to go up like a bullish, and I feel I take a call option is 16200, where the market will go up and I'll be in profit. While in put option, I feel the market is going to go down as a bearish, and I take option as 15,900 as a bearish, so that I'll be in profit again, sir.
I asked you to give me 3 differences. You explained me with an example, but I haven't got my 3 answers. That is 3 differences between call option and put option.
So, excuse me, sorry, sir. Call option is basically where bullish. Call option is for bullish. Put option is for bearish. Then call option where one visions the price of the spot price is gonna go up, where the other input option feels that it is gonna go down. That, and second is call option is for bullish, and so that's it, sir.
You haven't given me the very important difference between call option and put option. In call option, the buyer has the right to buy but not obligation to sell. In put option, the buyer has a right to sell but no obligation to sell. You should give the proper differences. Bear, bullish, all looks good when you are a television anchor. Right now, you need to give a proper understanding of the product, but that's fine. Tell me what is the cross currency swap?
So cross currency is a swap where the principal amount as well as the interest payment amount are swapped from each other.
That anybody can explain, but give me proper understanding of it with proper process.
If I have an ABC if I get in contact with another one, so I'll exchange my principal amount as well as the interest payment, whatever I've got of that year, to another one, and the same goes to if the other party will do the same with me. That's it, sir.
All right. Tell me 3 differences between hedge fund and mutual fund.
So mutual funds are hedge funds are highly risky. Mutual funds are low risky as they are diversified. Hedge funds tend to take profit, 20% performance profit, while mutual funds don't charge any profits. They just charge the minimal fee whenever. Minimal fee. Then hedge fund focuses on high net worth individuals as well as sophisticated peoples, while mutual fund anyone can invest, and from 100 rupees also as an SIP, sir. So risk are high in hedge funds, while mutual fund it is low risk, and the performance of hedge fund is of hedge fund is higher and mutual funds is lesser. Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me, what are the various functions of custodian bank?
So custodian bank is a bank who safeguards the investors as well as the financial assets. Custodian banks plays an important role in safeguarding one's assets as well as financial secure institutions. Custodian banks plays a role. Custodian bank plays a role to financial stability, as well as custodian banks. Custodian banks are banks who custodian banks are commercial banks also. They can. So that's it, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time, Siddharth. Do well in your career.
So any,
I'll give the marks.
okay, no problem. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Siddharth. Do well in your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey Shimran, how are you?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's do this. Tell me something about yourself.
So I'm Simran Sugnani. I'm born up and brought up in Pune. I've completed my graduation from India's College of Commerce and Science, and I've also completed my post-graduation from Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies. Currently, I'm pursuing my CBOP course from Ematicus Learning, and also I have 3 years of experience as an city manager with LVMH brand, which taught me about leadership and management. That's it. Thank you.
Great. So you studied in NMIMS?
Yes, it was a distance learning education.
Okay, Simran. Okay, tell me what is the give me 3 differences between futures and forwards.
Futures and forwards. So future is an agreement. It's actually a standard contract. It's actually between a buyer and seller. So in futures, there is a predetermined date, and it's on the market price itself. The forward contract is a contract. It is between the buyer and seller, and it's over the exchange. It's over the counter contract, and there is a predetermined date decided, and at a the price is also decided at that particular moment. And there is a margin payment of in the futures contract, and there is no margin payment in the forwards contract.
Okay. All right. Tell me what is the difference between capital market and money market?
So capital market is a market where long-term securities are being traded, and securities could be like bonds, stocks, and money market is a market where short-term securities are being traded. The maturity could be less than a year. Some examples could be T-bills, commercial paper, certificate of deposits.
Tell me what are the various services provided by custodian bank?
6 services that could be provided by custodian bank would be accounting services, safeguarding of assets, and actually I can't recall that. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Tell me what are the various steps in a trade life cycle?
Sorry, sir, can you pardon? I couldn't hear the question.
What are the various steps in a trade life cycle?
Various steps in a trade life cycle. So trade life cycle is a process where the trade transaction takes place, and it goes through 3 departments, that is front office, middle office, and back office. First would be the trade initiation. Second would be the order placement. Third can be the trade capture. Then trade enrichment. Then trade confirmation. That's it. Yeah.
Tell me what are the various methods of issuing securities in any market?
If the securities are being issued for the very first time in the capital market, there is a process of IPO, which is initial public offer. The corporate company which is willing to list its shares has to contact the lead managers or their investment bankers so that they could carry on the process and list the securities on the exchange.
What about private placement? What is that?
They actually, for private companies, they can issue like bonds or certificate of deposits, something like that. And it's actually over the counter. So like government issue T-bills, they advertise it in the newspapers, or they contact the brokers.
Okay, tell me what is cross-currency swap?
Cross-currency swap is is an agreement, is an contract in which one party exchanges the interest amount with the principal, and the other party exchanges the principal amount with the interest. So and both are into the different types of currencies. So the example could be if like I'm an Indian citizen and I want to exchange my currency into US. So I will get into an agreement with the person who is ready to do that, because I think like the interest would be much much nicer over there.
Okay. Tell me, what is the use of KYC and ALM norms in any investment bank?
AML and KYC norms.
Yes.
Okay. So the KYC norms is like a person should actually have his own PAN card or the Aadhaar card, which has to be linked to the certain account which they are logging into. Actually, I don't know much about it, but I'll actually work on it. I'll study on it. This was the basic that I knew.
Okay. Tell me, what is this process of securitization?
Securitization, right?
Yes.
So securitization is a process in which actually there are multiple loans we can talk about. So those loans are actually clubbed, and those are given to the other investors, so then they can generate profits from that. So there are asset-backed securities or mortgage-backed securities, like Lehman Brothers. We have a scenario in 2008 where there was a Lehman crisis, but it was because they lent too much of mortgage-backed securities, and they couldn't actually reach to that bubble, and that bubble actually blast off.
All right. Yes. That's all, Simran. Anything you need to ask?
So can with the feedback.
So you know it already, right? There are a few topics which are still not you're comfortable with, so you need to practice those, right?
Yeah. So mainly the topics could be.
You know it, right? I asked questions. You said I'll get back to you. I will learn more.
Yeah.
So those are the topics: AML, KYC, couple trade life cycle. Your understanding of trade life cycle is very narrow. There are almost 12, 13 steps involved into it. You have no clue what are the steps. A student bank. So all these are important topics. So it seems you are half prepared. Still, a lot of efforts needs to be made, right? So make those efforts, and you will get thorough.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yes, I'm saying make those efforts, and you will be thorough.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Simran. Yes, Vinay, you can on your camera and we can start the interview.
Sir, it's okay. Hello.
Yes, tell me something about yourself.
My name is Vinay Dikpalkar. I am from Mumbai, but currently staying in Pune. I come from a nuclear family where my mom is a housewife and my father is a serviceman. I completed my graduation from Gokhale College, and after that I started pursuing MCom. As for my work experience, I have worked as an apprenticeship for 1 year in ONGC. I have also worked as a supervisor. Since I was from a finance background, I always wanted to pursue a career in finance or something related to finance. So my friend introduced me to stock market, and the more I got involved in it, the more interested I got about the financial terms. So I wanted to learn more. That's why I joined the Imarticas program, which for providing investment banking course, so that I could be able to learn from the people who have been in this field for a long period of time, and that's it.
All right. Tell me three differences between futures and forwards.
Futures and forwards. Future is a customized contract where buyers and seller enter into a contract to buy or sell a security at a certain price at a future date. Where in future is a standardized contract where buyers and seller enter into a contract to buy and sell security at a certain price in future date. Futures are traded on through an exchange, whereas forwards are traded to OTC market. Settlements of forwards are done on maturity, whereas settlements for futures are done on daily basis. In forward there is less volatility, whereas in futures there is more volatility. And since there is no regulator in OTC market, the chances of default are relatively high in forward. And since there is a regulator in stock exchange, the chances of default in future are relatively less.
Tell me three differences between call option and put option.
Call option gives the buyer the right to buy a stock, whereas put option gives buyer the right to sell. When the market is making new high, when market is bullish, the call option will start earning profit, whereas when market is bearish, the put option will start making profit. Profit in calls are calculated as market price minus strike price minus premium, whereas profit in put is calculated as strike minus market price minus premium. And that's call option. When the profit in call option will increase when value of his underlying asset will increase. The profit in put option will decrease when value of his underlying asset will increase.
All right. Tell me, what are the various functions provided by custodian bank to its client?
Custodian functions provided by custodian banks are they act as a clearing house. They can provide advisory service. They will help. They will provide. And it will provide. They act as a clearing house. They will provide advisory service. They will help in raising capital. They will help in settlements of trade. They will help. They will also settlement of trade and in recording, accounting, whereas they can also help in tax factors, in payment of dividend as well as interest.
Tell me, what are the various differences between mutual fund and hedge fund?
Mutual fund is a financial instrument where pool of money is taken from investors to invest in securities like bond, shares, money market instrument, and other money market instrument. Whereas in hedge fund, the hedge fund is a financial partnership where money is collected from high net worth investors and is used to invest by using various strategies to earn money to the investor. Management in hedge fund uses aggressive style, whereas manager in mutual fund use less aggressive style. It is easy to enter and exit in mutual fund, whereas it is hard to enter and exit in hedge fund. Hedge fund manager charges a management fee as well as performance fees, whereas mutual fund manager charges management fees. Since it is relatively cheap for retail investor to invest in mutual fund, and whereas it is high net worth investor are only will be able to invest in hedge fund.
All right. Tell me 3 differences between capital market and money market.
Money market is a part of global market where short-term securities are traded, and capital market is a market where long-term securities are traded. Return on investment in money market is relatively less compared to capital market, whereas return on investment on capital market is relatively high than money market. Instruments traded in money market are for less than 1 year, whereas instruments traded in capital market are more than 1 year. Instruments in money market includes treasury bill, commercial paper, certificate of deposits, and repurchase agreement, whereas securities in capital market include shares, bonds, and a company go to money market in order to meet the short-term goals, whereas company go in capital market for long-term goals, to meet the long-term goals.
All right. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best, Vinay. Keep doing great like this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.